Guys, Malcolm McFadden. He's the owner and creator of 615 Comics. All right, so
It
I'm
was
gonna
good,
start out.
everybody.
I'm gonna start out here with my first question. This used to be my first question when I formerly did my podcast, and it was from the movie Brown Sugar about hip hop, right? And they would ask him, "When did you first fall in love with hip hop?" Remember, she was a journalist, right,
Mhm.
in the movie. So that's my question: is when did you first fall in love with comic books?
I would say like when I really, really first fell in love with comic books, probably when I could start like buying them on my own, like kind of about when I got out of high school. That's when I started like really developing my own collection that wasn't like my older brother's collection and stuff like that. So that was kind of when I could start getting them myself and like pay for them myself. So I would say that would be really when I fell in love with comic books. I've been reading them all my life, but that would be the definite point where I fell in love.
Okay. Um, so 615, I was wondering how did that name come about?
That name, it actually came about from I had a friend and his house number was 615, and his house was kind of like a hub for creativity, and we did like there we used to be just there creating and all that. So after he like passed away, I named my company 615, kind of keep the spirit of like him and the spirit of creativity of all the things we were doing there alive. So that's why I named it 615 Comics.
That's beautiful. That's a good story right there. So that's basically like where it all started, like the basement or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, basically.
All right. So we're gonna go into your titles, but let's start with the title of your latest Kickstarter, King's Domain. Can you
Right.
give us like a little introduction to that title and what's it about?
Yes. So the King's Domain actually we have a Kickstarter out right now that's live. The King's Domain is about my character Amari King, aka Mahis. He is a protector of animals and a fighter for the innocent, and he's using his power, resources, and his abilities to try to bring down this organization called the Alpha Organization. They're this criminal organization who mainly profits off animal cruelty. And so, since he's like a protector of animals and a fighter for the innocent, he is trying to bring them down. And that is what this first arc of this story is about.
Okay. So what can they expect on the Kickstarter? Any little goodies and treats?
Yeah. So we got a bunch of cool stuff on the Kickstarter, bruh. So on the Kickstarter, we got three covers. We got issue number one. We have a brand new cover for that, and we also have two covers for issue number two. We also have a brand new sticker that is available with all the physical tiers. What else do we got? Also, my whole catalog is available digitally, and I believe that's it. Also, all the day one backers got a free poster. We're on to day two now, so all the day one backers got a free poster. And as you know, like the campaign goes, the more I get, I'll probably add on something to like as a thank you for people when the campaign's over.
Yes, sir. And one good thing about indie comics that I know you fans out there are all about DC and Marvel. You guys will never be there when it started. 1940, 1950. This is all way beyond your thing. The great stuff about indie comics is that you can be there when it started. You can be there when this hero had the first appearance and did the first thing, and all these milestones that make comic books worth money now. Like this, is the first appearance of Aquaman. This is the first time such and such happened. You
Right.
can be there at that time while it's happening. So when these things, you know what I'm saying, or if these things go on to become big, you could say that you were there. You have that proof. That's what these
Hmm.
Kickstarter and that's what these things do. Especially some things that won't be reprinted again. You know what I'm saying? You so just imagine if you could go back in time and be there when that comic book actually came out, and you could go about saving it and preserving it and taking care of it, and it coming back and enriching you later on. So that's what you got to
Right.
understand about when you meet creators at a time when they're starting out and that seed is about to grow. So at 615 Comics with these Kickstarters and with your favorite creators that you see, go on the Kickstarter. It really helps them out to get the consistency of the titles coming out. You know, because we're all like one man machines here.
Definitely. Fact.
What is the favorite? I don't know if that's a fair question to ask. What is your favorite title? I guess it,
That's a fair question to ask.
okay,
Easy.
okay. I didn't know, maybe because some people like I love all my babies.
I'm one of those people that believes you gotta have a favorite.
Yeah,
So my favorite title of mine would be The Legacy. It's not my most popular series, but it's my personal favorite because it's a lot of me put into that series. So it's about a kid who has these powers that have been given to him, passed down from generation. The father and son pass down these abilities, and it's about him trying to use these abilities, become like a vigilante, and his dad is against it. And he normally tells his dad everything, so he kind of has to keep it a secret from his dad while he becomes a vigilante. So in that story, a lot of myself personally was put into that story. So that's why it's one of my favorites. Well, it is not one of my, it is my favorite.
And you said that. Oh, I already know. But I
Yeah,
like
it's
how
easy.
you said it may not be the most popular, but it's one of my favorites because as a business owner, you got to know these things. You have something that may not be your favorite, but if it's the people's favorite, you got to get the people what they want. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
So as a business owner, you got to know how to separate the two sometimes. That is human nature. We all just have our favorites,
We
And
do.
give us a quick summary of your titles. How many titles do you have?
So I have currently I'll still try to count them. I'll just name them. So of course, right now in the King's Domain, which the Kickstarter is out right now, and issues 1 and 2 is available. I have a title called The Legacy that I just mentioned that is my favorite. Also a title called Avora Lee. We have put out issues 1 and 2 of that. I also have a comic called Hellhawk. Issue 1 of that is out. Also I have a comic called hold on, let me see how Subject Zero. Issue 1 of that is out already, and there's also a crossover I have with
That name, I just wanted you to know. I was like, damn, I missed that one. When you see somebody got some shit, like, damn, man, I missed that.
yeah,
I just love the name. I think like AKA the Black Flag. I said, oh, so he doubled down on it. It's
yeah,
just two good names. It's something I would have came up with.
yeah. I love that joint. It's one of my
It's a good one.
that's like my action packed title. That one is that's one I really like. I also have, like I said, the Subject Zero. That character is in a crossover that I did with Page One Comics and Advent Comics. We did a crossover together called Beer
Yeah.
and Bullets, and we
Yes,
brought
I
our
seen
characters
that. I was
together.
like, I gotta get a copy of that because from what you were posting, because I ain't see a lot of crossovers. I never really seen no one just go out there and do it. And you guys just did it, made it
Yeah,
happen, brought it to fruition. I was like, well executed. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I like the trash talking, mercenary, bad boy type shit. You know what I'm saying to you?
yeah.
But it looked real action packed, like Expendables kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. That one was really good. Then Expendables is kind of like the vibe was going with like action, like type of
Yeah.
movie. So vibe.
War
Yeah,
fight type of shit. Like I was like, yeah,
yeah.
you know what? This is what I'm talking about right here. I've got to get a copy of that. Don't worry, I'm gonna get around to it. This is something I just wanted to ask as a fellow comic creator. What's the best and worst parts of comic creation in your
Mm.
experience so far?
So the best parts is kind of when you put like your story out there and you put like yourself in these stories, like put your as an artist in any type of medium, like putting yourself out there, whether it be music, poetry, whatever you do, like putting yourself out there is kind of really tough to do. And then for people to receive it and actually like it, it's kind of like they're accepting you in a way. So
Yeah.
that's one of the best parts is just like when you put out something and people say, "Hey, man, I really like this," or it resonated with me.
Yeah, you
I
find
really
your
felt
audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is perfectly yeah.
Yeah, that's a great feeling to find, because everything is not for everyone, and it's just
Exactly,
variety is the spice of life. But you just want to know, that you found your people or your tribe. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, okay,
exactly.
you get what it is I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
definitely understand you. What's the worst part you find?
Worst parts would be just the stuff you go through as a creator, like dealing with money, dealing with patience, dealing with creation of everything, dealing with sometimes writer's block, dealing with just being try also promotion, trying to just like putting yourself out there,
A
like
whole
putting
another
yourself out.
animal, brother. That's to me. That's the worst part is because the other shit I could work through. I could work through the writer's block. That's just part of. That's the process. Like if basketball, you gotta get up your shots.
Right.
That's just the thing that comes with the injuries. to me, it's like an injury thing. Like, oh, he got rises, but yeah, he on the bench. Like, yeah, when I pull a hamstring, that's how I equate it. Like, that's the process. So no matter what art form it is you choose to indulge in, it's gonna have a process. You could be a chef, you could be whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's the cool stuff. But putting it out there, marketing, promotion is really a whole nother animal. You understand why media companies are so big, because they're the ones that take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really another animal. You know what I'm saying?
It is, especially when you are, you create everything and you do all that, and then you got to like also market it, put yourself out there, do the videos. You got to take the time to do the videos.
That's taking
It's
away
like,
from the time where you could be putting into the creation. So it's like you don't get, you got to start with oh man, I got to take off this hat now and put on it. Hey, come buy my book. Like,
exactly.
it's a lie. You start to understand why there are divisions in corporations. Like you and such, you know what I'm saying? You're an accountant, because it just can't run all in one. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It has to be many moving parts. You know what I'm saying? So as a lot of things I get to the viewers out there, I know I get a lot of people in my DMs, because Bristol Media Group, we do media, we do a podcast, we do comic books, and maybe in the future we could do movies and animation if we got the budget. We get to that part. Obviously, that's not something within our reach right now. But just to let anybody out there, hey, the guys that be in the messages, I'm not a big publisher, and I would never sign anybody with a title if I didn't have the budget or the resources or the distribution network to be able to do something for whatever idea or title that you may have. I wouldn't do anybody that disservice. I'm not into the fake it till you make it guy. I'm just a small print publisher who's publishing my own thoughts and my own ideas. I can give you guys whatever advice. You can get advice here from comic creators, because we're doing colorists, we're doing letterers, we're doing writers, we're doing animators, and all the moving parts that go into comic creation, and the people who specialize and do that. They may not get that. Like, you plan to do a crossover? I see how you have everything lined up. Is there going to be like a crossover with the titles coming?
Yes, definitely have it planned. I'm actually currently writing it, but like once all my characters have like their first arc, that is when they'll have like this crossover event that'll happen, which will include all of them.
Okay, gotcha. But you already got the crossover experience with the Bear Bullets, so
Yeah.
you see how everything leads to the next. What I wanted to ask here, any advice you have for the aspiring comic creators? Something maybe you would probably do different, or if you had to do it again, or something you learned along the way?
I would say one thing to aspiring comic creators, also kind of like a two-parter, kind of to take that step forward and actually do it. Like you say, everybody has an idea, and it's just about taking that step forward and trying to make that idea come to fruition. Like just being dedicated, and then just learning the game, and then studying the game, studying other creators and what they did coming in, and then once you were ready, really ready, take that step forward and actually do it. Like people spend so much time creating an idea and all that, but never actually take that idea further than just an idea and have it written down. So my advice would be to take that step forward, and also once you do take that step forward, have patience, because in this kind of industry, you kind of really do have to have patience, especially if you're just the writer and the creator like I am. You have to have patience, because you have to wait on the artist, you have to wait for the colors, you got to wait for the letters, you got to wait for all of that, you got to wait for it to be printed. You got to when you do a Kickstarter, you gotta wait. Like depends on how long your Kickstarter is, but you gotta wait for that. So like it's a lot of patience that goes into this. So just really have patience, but take that step forward and just go out there and take that leap and start creating and bring your ideas to fruition.
What's the next question I have for you? What's your favorite comic book character of all time?
Static and Batman are kind of my 1A, 1B. But the only reason I would say Batman over Static is because we don't have enough Static material. Like I have so much Batman I could choose from, but if we had a lot more Static, yeah, I would love that. So I'm hoping that we do get more Static in the future.
What do you love and hate about the indie comic community?
Love, well, that's I can start there because that's easy. Love is I love how like when I came into it, it was kind of really welcoming. Like a lot of the comic creators that were already in it were real welcoming and kind of helped me and like gave me advice and showed me the ropes. And that I still keep in contact with and talk to. And then like there was like they kind of had like a little tight knit community, and
Yes.
that was really cool that they were just actually welcoming and warming when I came in. What I hate about the community, like as like fans and or like creator wise, like or like as like
I
just a
would say
whole.
like creator wise, like what do you see from the creator perspective? Because this shows indie creators assemble, so we dealing with everything here from the creator perspective. Because you have a lot of
Okay.
fans right now that also want to be creators. I mean, this is the era of creation, like it's content creation, right? So in all forms, everybody's
Okay.
looking to get their ideas out there.
I think I got to answer. So what one thing I hate like as a creator, I hate like that. Well, okay. I really this is easy. I can when I hate as a creator is when we as like fans of comics and everything, especially as black comics, as for black comics, black nerds and stuff, as fans, we ask for like more representation and stuff, but we ask for it from DC and Marvel when there's indie creators like myself, like you, like other people that also just that give you this representation that you can go for, that your dollar actually helps this creator a lot more than it would help DC and Marvel.
Yeah,
So, but I'm
tenfold
not saying
actually.
yeah, and I'm not saying don't support DC and Marvel's characters, like, because I still do. I still buy it myself.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I'm still when I want representation, me as a fan, I'm still going to indie creators and looking for that for more representation. So I think that's one. I think that's one of the things that I don't like, but I can see that kind of starting to move and like turn a little bit, which I can definitely understand because DC and Marvel is what people know. It's what people go to. It's their go-to. So what we got to do is to kind of put out the material that'll have people kind of curve to coming to us, kind of more. So, and I think that curve is really starting now. Like you said, there's a boom of people and indie creators coming out. And especially like, I think there's a lot of quality indie creators and black creators coming out. So I think we can really start to get that to like kind of sway to where people go to us. But for right now, that'll be one thing that I don't like.
How do you feel about AI? And the AI revolution and what's going on.
AI, so obviously AI is here and it's kind of like, what do we do about it? So I
Pandora
see,
box type thing. You can't put it back in type shit.
right, exactly. Yeah. You can't,
It's like it's out. Like the cat's out the bag and you ain't putting them back in. Like what you
right.
gonna so what do you do with it? That's how I feel. But
I feel like people are gonna use it. You kind of use it every day, every time you Google something. But I feel like it shouldn't take away from the creativity and like especially artists, especially like the human artists, like getting your book done. I can definitely see like you using like me as a creator, like using like AI as a reference to send to an artist, but still have that human draw that artwork, like, and still don't take the money out of the artist's pockets too. Like I feel like, and I'm seeing a lot more people use AI. I see it like every day when I come online, but I think it's just still I think we should still I think it still can be used as a tool because it's going to get used anyway. Every time you Google something, you're using AI, so it's going to get used as a tool. But I think it shouldn't take away from like your creativity, or it should be kind of used to help you enhance your creativity if you're going to use it, and it shouldn't take away from putting money in pockets of human artists.
and once it's used as a tool and keep within that scope, that it's acceptable. So, all right, guys. So King's Domain is now on Kickstarter. We got Avora Lee. You got Hellhawk. You got there was another
The
Legacy. There was another one you said seen coming. Said
theme, yeah, that's a story that's not inside of my like 615 universe. That's
okay,
just like a
gotcha.
standalone story. It's outside of like the superhero stuff and kind of more so on like monsters and magic and fantasy.
Got
So
it.
yeah, that's actually coming out later this year in around March, April. So it'll be out around then on Kickstarter too.
All right, so guys, look out for all of that. Hit up the website. Click the Kickstart is all in all your social media platforms, right? You have it in the bio.
Yeah. Every
All right.
Kickstarter, I mean every platform, if you go to my bio, if you go to my latest post, I'm posting it everywhere. Yeah, so it's everywhere. Where if you go to my social media or my website, you'll see the Kickstarter campaign and there'll be a place for you to click the link and go to support it.
All right, guys. So that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's 615 Comics. This is
Yep.
Malcolm McFadden, and this is the first episode of Indie Creators Assemble. Look out for 615 Comics. They're doing big things. We have King's Domain. The Kickstarter is active right now. You got a whole bunch of treats, goodies. You got posters. You got stickers. Click the link in the bio and get your exclusive thing. This is the first episode. I want to thank you for joining me on my first episode. This
Thank
is
you
going
for
to be
having me,
every
bro.
Friday, right? 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm definitely come back. I'm definitely going to have you back. I'll probably have you like a consultant, like how they have CNN and they have regulars that come back. Definitely. We got hot topics to talk about and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be inviting you back a lot. So 615 Comics, very great to meet you, man. I hope we meet at cons later. My time is gonna start to clear up now. I'm trying to finish these 2 books. It's my first, time back. And once these 2 books are done, you'll see me on the road try to hit up some cons and maybe we can meet in real life. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. So King's Domain, 615 Comics. We're about to end this. This is Bristol Media Group, where imagination lives. Join us on our journey to tell amazing stories. 615 Comics, do not forget the name because they will not stop giving you that heat. Subject Zero, aka the Black Plague, Avorally, King's Domain, The Legacy, FEMA coming at you. 615 Comics, Bristol Media Group. Indie Creators Assemble, episode 1 in the books. And we are out of here. Malcolm, signing off.
Peace, y'all.
Have a blessed day. All right. Indie Creators Assemble, that was episode 1. We're going to get better. We're going to do more things, get some overlays. We figure out how this TikTok live thing works. And we are out of here. Bristol Media Group, stop scrolling.